So ever since I was quite young, I've done a large variety of sports. I used to swim competitively and do gymnastics and ballet. But as I got older, I decided to turn my focus towards netball and athletics, as I found I just like the sports the best. In the last 12 months, I have won silver in the Scottish Schools National High Jump Championships. I also won gold in the East District Javelin Championships. I just recently placed third in the Scottish National Pentathlon, and I've now been selected because of that third place to be part of the Scottish Schools pentathlon team. I would like to successfully transition from pentathlon into heptathlon, adding in javelin and the 200 meters. I've also developed my leadership skills as the captain of my district netball team. I've had to bring the best out of the players in my team. In athletics, I've learned that with lots of hard work, you might get very good successes, but you also might get failures, but you can't dwell on them and you just can't make excuses and you can't give up.
I've got into athletics mainly through school. Early in the junior school, it was quite a big thing. Found out I was okay at javelin. Progressed that through J7, S1, and then up to S3. This year, probably coming third in under 17 javelin at Scottish Schools. I think I see Rob Wainwright as an inspiration because he also came to Lathallan and he played rugby for Scotland and also became an army doctor. I'm interested in doing all of those things.
I bothered my mum to let me join my school team when I was in J7, I think. I started practicing my shooting on all my technical abilities to use on the pitch, and then I got told by my coach that he was going to put me up for a team called West End, and then I started playing for West End for a bit, and then I got a trial for Aberdeen. I got scouted by a scout. As soon as I heard the news, I practiced really hard, and the day for my trial came, I put in my best effort. I tried my hardest, tried my best to impress the coaches, played like I would normally, and I was told I was in the Aberdeen team, and now I've been playing for Aberdeen for 2 years. It was my first ever tournament going abroad to Netherlands. We were playing against like big clubs such as Chelsea, Borussia Dortmund. Going to the game, we knew it was going to be difficult, but we didn't give up. We fought to the very end, and we managed to win the whole tournament, which was the first time in a couple of years. My aspiration is to play for big teams, to play for all the big teams in the English football, and to be the best player in the world.
Well, my dad was a coach in judo, in the Brecon Judo Club, so I was always on and off the mat when I was younger. And then as soon as I turned 6, which is the age where you start judo, I was straight on the mat, and from then I've never quit, never stopped. I don't think I've ever gone a month without doing judo since. I got second in the Scottish Championships just a couple of weeks back in the junior women's, and I got put into the weight category above because there was no one in my category, and I still got second when I was fighting people 15, 14 kilograms heavier than me. I'm definitely more of a confident person because judo is all about discipline, it's all about confidence and building things up, and I've become so much better at working with people through doing PDA, through coaching younger children through judo, and it's just my people skills, things like that, it helps so much. I'm hoping to grade soon, so I'm hoping to get up. I want to be black belt just before I go to university, and I'm hoping to go to a university where I can be on the judo team there.
Well, I tried a few sports before I settled on rugby, but my dad convinced me to join the club he used to play for, and once I joined the school, my love for the sport really took off. I'd say some of my biggest inspiration has been really good Scottish players like Ali Price and Stuart Hogg. When I was little, I went to watch them train, and I saw from that it was really obvious that they always put the most effort they can into their sport. I was nominated to play for the Caledonia Reds rugby team, and I played a few tournaments with them, and I trained with their player development squad. And through that, I was given some opportunities to be scouted for the Glasgow Warriors. I've always tried as hard as I could in rugby, and whether the outcome's been positive or negative, I've always just tried to look on the positive side.
So I started cycling from a very young age. I've always cycled for fun with my family, mountain biking in the forest. It was only when I was in J5, when I was about 9 years old, that Mr. Carter started a triathlon club, which I joined, which really sparked my interest in cycling. From there, I joined the local cycling club, Deeside Thistle, and I cycled across 3 different disciplines there with them, consisting of cyclocross, road, and track. And more recently, I have cycled on a British national level and an international level. So one of my biggest achievements this year was being selected by Team GB to represent them at the European Youth Olympic Festival in Slovenia. I worked really hard towards this, and it was an amazing opportunity and experience to get out there with representing my country. I came second in Gent-Wevelgem in Belgium, which is a big classic race there. This was one of my first races abroad, and then to come second was really amazing. I've also more recently been selected by British Cycling for the Women's Endurance Olympic Development Squad, which is a 2-year programme run by British Cycling. That's also been quite a big achievement this year. So there are many positives to sport. The winning feeling you get when you cross the line, win a race, just gives you so much adrenaline. But you also have to learn to be resilient and to adapt, which when you don't win, you have to deal with the loss. And it really helps in everyday life as well with schoolwork. If something doesn't go well, you can adapt, change, and then move on. So it's very helpful in that aspect. My main aspiration is to become a professional cyclist and join a world tour team. I know this is going to be a really, really hard goal to achieve, but I'm hoping that I'll be willing to make the sacrifices to be able to get there.
Probably from the age of 8, I started swimming. Not competitive, just for a bit of fun. And then I took on cycling, athletics, and a few other sports. At the age of 11, I started doing triathlons, aquathlons, all that kind of stuff. And I kind of found that swimming was my strength within those, because it would be like a swim and then a cycle, then a run. And by the time I'd finished the swim, I was first out of the pool, and that was without any training or anything. So I was quite shocked by that. And so over time, I narrowed it down to just swimming. And then at first Scottish schools, here at the school in S1, that was I think that's where it kind of clicked. But it's been my biggest summer yet. And yeah, so I had the Youth Olympics and Youth Commonwealth in Slovenia and Trinidad. So my biggest achievement was getting gold in the 50 fly at the Commonwealth. It was so close. I mean, top 3 was divided by 0.05 of a second. So anything could have happened, and just the slightest of mistake could have changed that completely. So I was really, really happy when I saw that time. Obviously, the swimmers I was against were insanely good, from the range of 15 to 18. So I think that was my biggest achievement this year. Obviously, I picked up medals as well in Maribor in Slovenia, but they were kind of part of like a relay, so they still mean a lot, but having an individual goal means a lot more. So yeah, I see that takes it by far. After a fairly long day, just being able to go in the pool, especially swimming, being able to get in the pool and kind of just stretch off and relax, and I don't know, it feels like quite a safe place. I personally quite like traveling and seeing what people are like my age around the world. So there's the 2026 Commonwealth Games. That's the closest kind of achievement I think I can make. The location is still unknown for now; it's still being decided. But I want to go there, and I really hope I do. As well as the 2028 Olympics in LA, I believe. That's quite a while away. Gives me plenty of time to prepare. And it's not so close as obviously the Olympic year next year, 2024. I think that's kind of out of reach for now. But yeah, those are the 2 I'm looking into. Obviously, there's another Olympics, so I'd like to make maybe 2, 3 in my whole kind of career. But yeah, those are the ones in sight for now.